Week 5 already.
It's happened really quick.
Damn. I'm missing the first stronger series, which was about 6 weeks of training, 2 weeks of tapering, and then the goals. So we're already almost at the end of the first sort of
Stronger.
Yeah, crazy. We're in the open air. You guys would surely recognize this place. Had a lot of magical sessions here. It is the old watering hole. We're back at the old watering hole, guys. And that's it's good to be back. I haven't seen this much sun in years, guys. I was actually impressed.
You're burnt already.
I was impressed at the whiteness in this area. Quite impressive to say this white. This week is the week of basics. So this is more catered towards the viewers that may not be at the level that we're at right now, but are working towards getting there. So we're going to show you easier ways to do everything that we're doing.
If you want to do that water gag,
that was on jet.
Just a trickle.
Yeah. So, and probably don't put it on jet. Maybe mist would be a good one to start on. So today we're going to be filming rings sequence, upper limb strength, cuff capacity, and my V-sit specific training. Tis nice to do it out in the sun.
Yeah.
Tisn't it? Yeah!
I'm also excited for the ice bath.
Yeah.
We're doing it a little bit different today.
So we're going to warm up, and then we'll get straight into rings sequence. I'll do this sequence first, and then I'll run you guys through a more simple sequence that you could do if you're just starting out. It'll just be similar movements, but just an easier progression. Now, more basic progression for you guys. It all depends on what level you're at. Obviously, for this, it's important you've got a kip for the kip to cross aspect. To start, just try to kip into a dip position. So that will look like this, if you can do that, and then you can dip up. As you get better at your kip, you can kip to straight arm support, and then everything just comes from there. When you can do that, you can start to kip a little bit lower into the cross, or kip, and then swing through to planche and Maltese as you saw in the first sequence. Ideally work that at a gymnastics center with soft ground, just in case you fall through the rings or anything. If you can't do the kip but you can do muscle up, that's what I'd recommend until you achieve the kip. For the front and back lever, just do the tuck positions. Then you could do a muscle up. And then if you can't do handstand, you can do a shoulder stand instead. And if that's too hard, you can use the cables to balance your body. For the cross, you can just do small little range of motion. And that's about it. To my great surprise, Tyson doesn't even have a weight belt.
Astro, stop it.
Hey, we're filming, mate. How can he call himself a man and not have a weight belt? Anyway, so because of that, I'm using... Oh, that's heavy.
Can you really not hold it up there?
Yeah, this is 7.5 kilos. Oh, 7.5 kilos in each leg, so 15 kilos in total on my legs in ankle weights. I brought these for the V-sit workout, but seeing as it's just convenient as well. I'll use these for the weighted pull-ups. Normally we do these weighted chins on the rings. Today I'm going to mix it up a little bit and do the pull-ups on the bar. Mixing up a little bit like that's just going to be beneficial for you. If the weight's a bit lighter, I'll just see this as a nice sort of recovery set. I'm not pushing myself as hard, so I'll be stronger next session. Now, for a beginner, this is a really simple one. If you can't yet do pull-ups, simple things that pop to mind would be doing negatives, putting an elastic tube between the bar and your hands so that you can stand on that and it gives you some resistance. Even going to a gym and using those chin-up machines that push up on you with the platform, and you can adjust the weight accordingly. Next up is the dips, of course. Again, I'm using these lovely leg warmers, 15 kilos of weight. So again, this is 10 kilos lighter than I did last week, but I'm just taking it a bit easier today, mainly because I don't have a weight belt to add extra weight to. 15 kilos though, it's still enough to be a decent challenge, so I'm not just wasting my time here. Dips is quite a basic exercise, so to make it simpler, if you can't do them on the rings yet, work your ring support. That's going to build your strength. You've got to be strong in that position, obviously, to be able to do a dip so you can push into it. Stepping it back from that, you can work on bar dips and even just bar dip negatives. And if that's too hard, then again, I'd just get some elastic band, stand on that so it pushes you up, and as you get stronger, reduce the amount of assistance from the elastic band. I just did the first set of cross press, and I smashed through it pretty solid, I would say. So that's exactly what I wanted. I've now got 5 kilograms in ankle weights on me, so adding 5 kilos, and I really want to get this set. Yes! Oh, yes. The basics for this one, cross trainers are great. Put it on the easiest level to make it as easy as possible for you. If you can't go full range of motion, you can start going to 45 degrees instead, or even less, just wherever you are able to go to. Again, if that's too much, do ring support. It helps build up the same strength.
Ready?
I feel like this exercise might be a little bit too hard for me, mainly because Niall prescribed it with an extra 10 or 20 kilos and getting spotted from the ankles only.
Far out.
Now, obviously I'm getting spotted at the chest and I can't even handle my own body weight. I'll be talking to him about this one, maybe we'll be revising it. I'll see what he has to say about it. Finished with the upper limb strength, and we're now moving on to the calf capacity and also mobility side of the workout. Starting with, as always, Cuban presses and then Jefferson curls. For Cuban press, I'm increasing the weight today to 12 kilograms. This is up from 10 kilograms, which I was previously doing, and it's just because obviously I'm getting stronger and I want to keep putting it to that just slightly uncomfortable point, not making it too easy for myself. I also felt some good DOMs in my rotator cuff recently from the calf capacity sessions, so it's just nice to know that I'm strengthening up a vulnerable part of the shoulder, making them much more bulletproof. Oh man, good weight for me right now, 12 kilos is where I stay. At about 10 I was starting to feel a burn, so yeah, it's very uncomfortable but very beneficial exercise. Straight into the Jefferson curls now. Doing this one at 45 kilograms today. Slightly heavier. I'm just working with my body. When it's feeling comfortable with the weight, I'll slightly increase the weight to make it uncomfortable. so I'm always gaining mobility. Recently I've changed from the drawing sword to this more, I'm not even sure what you'd call this. I'll just show you. The reason I've done this is because I feel like with the drawing sword, near the end of that range of motion, it's just pulling your hand downwards, so it's not very challenging to pull your hand backwards. Rather, if you have the anchor point in front of you, it's much more difficult to pull against it. So I think it's more beneficial. I feel like drawing sword is one of the exercises that I personally don't quite benefit from, so I want to change it up and find something that I really like the Cuban press. I really feel the benefit of that exercise. Pulling this way is complete opposite of most of the motions that I do, which is all pushing, so it is great for balancing out my training anyway. I had a bit of a breakthrough with this one last week. It went from that supreme discomfort of the rotation of the hip to more of I could feel the actual stretch. So it was really satisfying to progress through that initial discomfort. When you're not aware of the range of motion that your limbs can do, you might feel discomfort is unnatural and hence you'll avoid that at all costs. Whereas it's actually just about understanding your body, and in this case I'm still learning to understand that rotation of the hip in the middle splits, how you sort of internally rotate it for the middle splits. If you externally rotate it, it's more of a pancake. Oh, jeez. It's like twitching and reflexively resisting. It's crazy. See how uncomfortable I am doing this, and that's why it's excellent. This is what you want to be doing with your training. Obviously not pushing yourself too far to injure yourself or anything, but I'm just really not used to this internal rotation stretch. My body is actually reflexively, it's not even voluntary, resisting against it. It's like when you first learned how to lock out your elbows. What will often happen is you'll have the feeling and you'll reflexively bend your elbow because your body's not used to that sort of pressure. Oh, it feels very good. It's more complicated than it looks, this movement. You really need to be thinking about what you're doing. You can't just sort of do reps. I'm actually trying to think about letting this hip take the weight. I could just do this, take all the weight on my squatting leg, and then I'm getting no benefit at all. What I'm trying to do is shift the weight. So it's quite subtle, but just think about the leg that's pointing forward. That's the one you want to get the weight on, and you want to try to really put as much weight as you possibly can on your groin, and you'll feel the stretch, and it'll be very uncomfortable, and that's good. That's what you want. Just don't do too much, obviously. Just gauge how it feels and put as much as you can handle.
Hear him dragging.
Failed. Right at the end there, I was dragging a little bit. Very good challenge. Feel like this one's getting any better, which is always a bit frustrating and concerning. Obviously I just want to see even just small incremental gains. Not every time I do this, but the trend needs to be improvement, but I don't feel like it has been improving recently. That'll always make me consider what I'm doing and see if maybe I can change it up a bit to result in better progress. This will apply to both the V-sit with the weight in the lap and the V-sit really. If you want to make it more basic, I would suggest starting to work on your L-sit, and if you can't hold L-sit, just hold it wherever you're able to. Ideally you'll have the L, but if you're not strong enough and you're just here, that's fine. Just here, no problems. Just try and lift up as high as you can. Now if this is even too hard and you can't get your legs off the ground, you can just tuck your knees in and hold it like this and slowly extend out towards the L-sit. Let's see if it's all paid off. Will that work? So we've just finished the workout. Now it's time for me to get some hydro whey into me, get a 5.4 meal into me, and then jumping into the ice bath. It's a really cold night. I've got the thermometer here and it says it's 10 degrees. That's really cold.
We're in an ice bath now.
Yeah, my thumb's gone a bit numb. I'm shivering and I'm just standing here. So to spice things up a bit, we're doing it in a bin tonight. And not just because it's hilarious, but because
there's a rodent in the trash.
But also because with the bin we'll actually be able to get our full body in there, except for our head, which obviously you don't need to put in there. I am keen though to do the whole body. I haven't done this before. We've always been in baths where our knees are sticking out because it's just too big for it. We'll be aiming for 8 degrees tonight. That's the coldest that we'd want to get it. We're gonna fill it up right now and then we'll get into it. Yes, I don't want to do this. Just put the thermometer in there, it's between 7 and 8 degrees Celsius. So it's great, it's the temperature we really want, although it's going to be very uncomfortable. Anyway, let's just do it. The worst part is getting in. I'm already cold, but I'm not even in yet. I also didn't think out my choice of underwear today, because I don't know why, but I forgot about this. So I'm wearing freaking white underwear. Why would I do that? I also didn't bring a change of underwear, so I'm going to be freeballing it on the train home. Yes, you need to know that. Alrighty. Oh man, that's not nice. Do you get your knees up like that? Is that all you do?
Yeah.
Oh. 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 That's weird. Oh, that's not so bad, except the ice is under my shoulder. Get out of my armpit. Oh.
Let's start the timer.
Woo.
I think your traps aren't in there, man.
Feels like that. I've got DOMs in my trap, so I need him to get in there.
Yeah, you need to submerge them.
Oh, baby. This is going to be a tough one.
Let's get a long shot. Do you want to talk through how you feel, how this compares to the bath?
So my neck is on the verge of stinging, mainly because it's probably the contact area with the air. Oh man, this phase passes after about a minute or two. Yeah, I'm starting to adjust now. Definitely not comfortable, but more comfortable than the start. Can we get a gauge of the temperature down here, man?
Yeah, before I do, let's just get a shot of this man in a bin of water and contrast it. Mate, there's a pool right there. Or to the reverse, a lovely pool, 10 meters long, 1.9 meters deep. Oh, you've chosen the bin.
It's the obvious choice. It is the obvious choice. Is your dad gonna get in after? Yes.
Hey guys, I don't train, but
It's pretty much as uncomfortable as the bath, I would say.
not more.
I don't think so. They're both ridiculously uncomfortable, so...
Alright, temperature check everyone. 8 degrees.
Alright.
A consistent 8.
I think I got a new Tinder profile pic now, guys. Yes!
Tinder.
You wouldn't even know that I'm in a freaking ice bath, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it just looks like you're in water. Like, oh, the bin flooded, like, because I left out in the rain and he's hopped in for fun.
Oh.
We'll see you on the end.
I can't even feel it. You fool. Yes! The joke's on you.
Oh no, I've been fudged! Yeah, basically the Lachlan's got about a minute left. We didn't use all the ice, so I've just added more. And if you mix it round, it makes it incredibly unpleasant. Get a little bit up on the cheeks.
Oh, the joke's on you! Yeah. So I was just thinking, we're in this beautiful galaxy, the Milky Way, on this Earth, which is spinning oh so quickly. So many beautiful things happening in this world, and I've decided to spend my night sitting in a bin. Yes!
So eloquent, sir. You are at 10 minutes and 53 seconds.
Oh, it's so weird because your knees are stuck.
I've just seen he's wearing white underwear.
Oh my god. Oh my knees.
His underwear is completely see-through. Oh, he's got it.
Yes, what am I doing?
Well, you got out on your own.
Oh my gosh.
Man, those Calvins.
That was incredibly unpleasant. Oh my gosh.
Look crippled.
Oh gosh.
All your muscles look really tight.
Yeah, everything's... That's what the reflex is, everything tightens up. And you can't control it. Well, you can... No, it's... Oh, man. Oh. You guys want to see some good body control? Did you have a good night tonight, man?
Yeah.
What did you guys get up to tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Some Kit Kat bites.
You had them? You had them?
Yes, I did.
I saw them sitting there. Woohoo! Woo! That was quite uncomfortable. I could have definitely chosen some better underwear. And yeah, glad it's done.
Any tips for first-time ice bathers? Bathers.
You don't really need anything to do it, like any prerequisites. Just do it. I'd say if you're using ice packs, put the ice packs in maybe 10 minutes before you actually get in. Have a friend there for safety, because you don't know what's going to happen to you if it's your first time. You always want someone there in case you get into a bit of trouble, in case you get into a bit of hot water. Yeah. And then If you want to build up to the intensity of the ice bath, cold shower is the way to go. Maybe even contrast showers and then cold shower.